Hello, Patreon friends, and welcome to Last Call of Cthulhu. This is the after show for episode 4.
Yeah.
Of Children of Fear. Let's
King
not
of Fear, Children of Fear. When did this guy become our daddy?
That's how you're gonna open the after show.
Oh my gosh. All right, well,
Nick,
there you go.
let's get right to the scholarly work. What was the dice breakdown?
I'm not going to do the math here, but the main thing is if I had been using my dice, I would have had a critical failure. These had a critical success. I want to say that my dice did lean towards having slightly worse results. But yeah.
This feels to me like a small sample size.
Yeah.
That's
also,
true,
did you?
yeah.
So you didn't mark down what you were rolling for?
No, and it was. I don't know. There was a lot of.
I'm calling the scholarly work here all into question.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have time to put this into an Excel sheet and really.
I want citations. I want.
Look, all I'm saying
Cite
is
your sources, sir.
critical success would have had a critical failure.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for. That's the difference.
This sounds like confirmation bias.
There's no critical
Ooh.
failure, and there was no critical failure with these dice. Not cursed.
So I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
Your character was very hung up on curses this episode, and you
Yes.
were. Did that all come out of that failure with the blood, or where? Like
Somewhat, yeah, somewhat. After that, but I mean, again, my character suddenly knew he was in a Cthulhu module, and I might have leaned a bit too heavy into. I'm not going in there.
Well,
That's
that is wise. Tiger has already demonstrated the wisdom of not going into dead
Amy,
people's
we
houses.
miss you. Come
We
back.
miss you, yeah. Feel better. But I was really, that was very
Yeah.
interesting, and I mean, I don't think it's a bad choice. I think it's.
I mean, if the module requires us all to be in that room to see stuff, but also I expect not to be cursed. That's all I'm saying.
There you go.
Although, now what you need to do is start checking those pictures on the wall and see who's not in them.
Yeah.
Why wasn't Tiger in the early ones? I can't tell. So that was interesting because when we ended the episode, I was like, the big thing I have to figure out is nowhere in there does it deal with Wong actually getting in the room. So now I'm like trying to figure out what his response to all of this is going to be.
Stop him. You
why-
were supposed to just back ahead with a crowbar.
How is it that there isn't a thought for him being in that room, for finding that room?
Is he just not supposed to?
No, it's not that he's not supposed to or anything like that. So they actually do. The module does a good job of being like, if Wang finds the PCs doing stuff, that sort of thing. But what I wasn't expecting is for you to just be like, I'll just leave, and. But that fumble was fantastic.
Yeah.
It was a perfect time for that fumble. I couldn't pass up that opportunity.
I mean, at a certain point, who cares who gets treasure and who doesn't? I mean, well, especially for a Dimitri perspective, right?
Suddenly turned into not a D&D game.
Well, I mean,
a Call of Cthulhu game.
if there's some other mystical thing that's happening with these pictograms,
Which honestly could be harder to explain. Like Warner, that was why
if
Warner
Wong
made
goes in there, his mind's gonna blow
Yeah.
up. And
that's why Warner shifted from what is this to what the hell is this?
Well, and Gwendolyn is 100% with him on that. What the fuck? And I'm hoping that her very genuine reaction will help allay some of his worry about it, because she's freaked about that.
Yeah, well, I'm going to see what happens because, I'm really worried about this Raven thing, and I haven't really looked at the other stuff yet. So we'll see what
that
happens.
Raven thing is fantastic for reasons that will become apparent
I'm terrified.
next time.
I hope you don't tell us about the room.
So my initial plan, the person that spoke at the end of the episode, unfortunately is a DM NPC. I hate DM NPCs. And my initial plan was actually to have Nick play the DM NPC.
Oh, that would have been perfect, especially with that opening line.
But
I wonder which one of you is going to kill me.
Only if I'm using cursed dice.
But it would have been weird because I didn't know when, there were too many variables and I didn't want to be like, Nick, could you show up today and just sit in the corner and wait until, 5 episodes when you might show up. So DM NPC, but a good DM NPC.
We will try very hard to not let the audience get too attached.
Well, and the good news is I will forget about the DM NPC several times, so they will probably like be off screen for large periods of time.
As DMPC should be.
Yes.
Tiger and another Russian off on adventures.
Yeah, what was that accent?
That accent,
It
so
was
Sound
Count Chocula.
vampire. Yes, exactly.
you know what it was? This is a weird Bay Area 90s radio pull. There was a commercial for, I think it was Kirkwood Ski Resort.
Okay.
And the whole shtick of it was a guy who all he said was, "I like to fall down in the snow." And I was like,
Wonderful.
that was for some, I was like, what accent?
Digging deep for that inspiration.
Well, no, here's the
10 out
thing.
of 10, no notes.
Here's the thing. Like, how do I present a DM NPC with any sort of accent where you're not just like immediate, like, nope, he's evil, sorry.
Well,
Yeah.
especially in that room.
Well, yes, yeah.
Like,
there's-
my impulse is
well,
to start shooting.
There's a number of reasons why this whole thing is gonna, be creepy, but I was like, I have to go with like genial, but kind of not threatening, and like if all of it, if I use like because I love the accent I used for Gavigan, who was a guy from the Great British Baking Show.
Yes.
But if you hear this voice, no, there's no way you're gonna go anywhere he asks you to.
No.
No.
Best case scenario is hand on shoulders when you don't want them
That's
to
right.
be
Yeah.
there.
So that was a weird. I was like, and also, I'm very cautious about what accents I'm doing, especially as we're in a part of the world where I don't want to dip into
Could
caricature.
have done a Zap brand again.
That would have been.
We already have a Zap Brannigan. His name is Haldor, and he's on Chaos Agents.
Why do they get all the Zap brand again?
Because Bo came in with it first.
S.
I
Because
want
Bo's wanted to be Zap Brannigan for 2 years.
I was gonna do a cartoonish French accent, but apparently that's been taken too. So.
They take all the budget. For
I also was gonna do a TED accent, but that was gonna be a little too on the nose. I was gonna-
Jim Henson Inc. would have something to say about that.
we can't have two Kermits on the same channel.
Oh, Cookie Monster.
But yeah, I knew.
I wouldn't trust that. It'd be
This
funny.
was a weird thing timing wise because it got to the point where I knew that the end of the episode was going to be the reveal of Tenzin, this character, but I was like, I don't want to start a whole narrative drop at the end of the episode, and so then I was like, all right, I have to time it so he can just say that last thing, and so I was sitting there looking at I'm glad the clock was there. So
Yeah.
I could-
The clock was
That's
really
awesome.
handy for
Yeah.
that sort of thing to
Yeah.
check in and be like, cool, how much time do I have before?
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it's good.
You guys made like every sanity roll.
Yeah.
You did a lot of
I had,
alarming.
I
you
had
had
to
one.
inspire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You made so a lot of alarming things that did not bother any of you at all.
I have now 84 sanity.
Wow.
Catch me later in
Wow.
the season,
Wow.
then we'll
Wow.
see.
Yeah, we'll see where it goes.
I need to get some more sanity.
Yeah.
I missed out. Oh, I lost one because I did the whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
push
you-
thing.
yeah.
You did not. Yes, your moment of truth did not go well.
I lost my POW just so I could get a miniature band.
Is it worth it?
I mean,
I haven't seen them play yet, so.
so far they have not been animated.
yeah.
You
There
have
hasn't
not
been
done
a-
the ritual,
Ah,
but I'm sure at some point
you gotta have your band. You gotta
Oh, I
have
thought they were ready to go if I just finished
I mean, I think that's I think that ritual's whatever you want it to be.
Yeah, you say the word bananas and they
Now they're like,
they,
tra-la-la,
they go
la-la-la,
Banana, two banana, three banana, four.
No,
Tra-la-la,
no,
la-la-la-la.
No, those are the banana splits.
Yeah.
No. At that point, it's banana from the Minions.
Ah, banana. Yeah.
No, I'm
gotcha.
not creating minions.
No.
Yes.
Minions. They're in your
Minions.
bag.
Yes. Yes.
Somebody's gonna paint them more yellow.
All right, I'll get some overalls.
Just dip them all in yellow
I've
paint.
I've
There you go.
never seen anything minion. I don't.
What?
For you.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay. That you
exactly.
should.
I got Reese the
I like
fart
them.
gun.
The first,
Uh-huh.
I liked
the
them.
first
I
one
like
is
them.
pretty good. Like I don't like the Minions, but the storyline is generally pretty good. But everyone latched onto those little yellow fuckers.
But like the not
always how it
not the
works.
Groot, but the Gru.
Grew.
Yeah.
Not, what is the name of
Sergio Aragorn's comic, Gru the Wanderer?
Oh, I love that.
That's a deep cut.
But
got
no,
some
I
of
love
those.
that. But no, G-R-U, grew.
Yeah.
Those could be worth some money.
Grew who adopted the three girls.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
Yeah, that was fun. I don't know. Anybody got any?
Yeah,
Any
Everything went
questions?
smashing.
These cookies were delightful, and I kept eating them all.
Yeah, the Hydrox, man. I had to stop eating those because they
Yes.
were good.
There's no
Hydrox,
left.
get at us. We will happily sponsor you.
You're on our
or
Patreon,
you'll
right?
happily sponsor us.
Leaf.
What?
Like
the company?
the brand, yeah. It's like
Oh.
the same. Is this?
You know they're owned by like Raytheon or something. I'm sure.
Probably.
No, I think it's a private owned, like the people who brought it back. I don't know if it's the same thing, but like this, it's like a passion project.
Interesting.
All right.
It's proudly made in the USA.
I'll send you the food theory episode about Oreos and Hydrox.
Watched
Nice.
that, and then I think I watched another day. I watched stuff on this. It's
The unending battle between ancient enemies,
yeah.
Hydrox and Oreo.
Oh my God! There's the story of the vanishing cookie on the back.
How many calories?
Do you
No,
want-
look at that.
No.
What's the suggested serving size? A third of a cookie.
Yeah.
2 cookies.
Oh, all right.
Oh.
I had like a serving and a half.
I had 4 serving.
Yeah, this sounds like yeah.
Well,
Well, I think on that note, on that note, yes.
Yes. Goodbye, Patreon
Good
friends.
night.
Thank you so much for all you do for Quests and Chaos.